The last thing to show is the OpenAI or ChatGPT integration. It is a Spira app. So to use it, you have to go to the Spira apps at the system level, and you go to your Spira apps under system, and you will enable it. So ChatGPT, we call it. It's technically OpenAI, but people tend to know it as ChatGPT. So that's the name we've gone with on the icon. We will be adding other AI options as well. So if you're using Azure AI or potentially Bard or other models that are not part of OpenAI, we are looking to add those as well. But right now it is the OpenAI model through ChatGPT. You will put some settings in. So you will need to put an API key, which is hidden, and the organization name. This account will need to have billing profile set up by OpenAI. And that's what you do at the system level. So we're using your account to do this. That way, any information that goes into the OpenAI system will be your OpenAI account, not Inflectra's. So we don't get any of your information. Just as a quick recap for those who are not familiar with the OpenAI system, ChatGPT, if you ever use the online interactive tool, it remembers what you're doing for training purposes, i.e. you're improving the model. If you use the OpenAI API, it doesn't actually use it for training. It does record your queries for 30 days and then they're destroyed, but it doesn't train the model from your AI queries, API queries. Just to be clear about that. So you enable it at the system level, and then you go into whichever project you want to enable it on. I'll do it on library information system. And then you go at the project level, you go to the Spira app here, and your product admin will have to enable it for the product. It's this double opt-in for the system, opt-in for the product. And then at the product level, you would typically choose these values, and they can be different per product. The temperature, that's the how random or how deterministic is the output. The higher number will be more tolerance for imagination, imaginative creativity. The other thing is the model. GPT-3.5 Turbo is a good, fast model that's not too expensive. It doesn't use as many OpenAI tokens, but it's more limited. The GPT-4 model is much more powerful, but is much more expensive. So feel free to talk to your administrator about what they should be using. And typically most clients won't change these things. You can if you want. The next things that are further down, you could change this if you want, but you shouldn't need to. These are the prompts we're using. These are the system prompts. The system prompts are how we generate the data from the requirements. We have a prompt that generates test cases, tasks, risks, and BDD scenarios. We then have to take the results that come back from OpenAI, which are in natural text. They're not in JSON or a system format. And we parse those based on the format we've asked for. And in the prompt, we actually ask it for things in a specific format to make these easier. Now, things do come back, and AI has some inherent features such as laziness and hallucinations, and also unpredictability. So the results don't always come back exactly the same. So if for whatever reason we can't interpret the result back, we will warn you and we will tell you, run the query again. So in case you wonder why it may work one time and you hit the button and it does something different, or the results aren't the same every time, that's the inherent nature of OpenAI. Its large language module is not 100% deterministic. The same query will not generate the exact same results every time, and that's by design. So once you've set this up, and again, most of this stuff you don't even change, you just turn it on. It's all there if you want to play around with it. All you do is now go into the system, and you would basically now take a requirement that you already have, and you would basically have the AI generate things from that. Now, I have some I've done before already in case there's any issues, but let's just start with one we're going to create now. So my new requirement would be, let's try shopping. As a customer, I want to buy shoes and put into an online shopping cart. That's my user story. Click on it. And if I go to ChatGPT, I can choose any of the 4 options: generate test cases, tasks, scenarios, or risks. So we'll try the first one, which is generate test cases. It's now sending a query to OpenAI. Just to warn you, this can take 10 seconds or so because it's the speed of the model. There we go. And it successfully created test cases, and it used 405 tokens. And that helps you understand the cost, because when you look in your API profile, it will tell you in OpenAI, it will say, you're being billed X dollars a month, and that will buy you X thousands of tokens. And so we use 405 tokens for that query.